Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let us play a little bit more Arena. So I built this really fun deck while I was playing off camera, and I decided I would play it actually because so far it's a very strange looking mana curve, but I'm really thinking this deck is going to be a lot of fun to play with. I call this the Argent Protector deck. I have 5 of them. These guys are so awesome. They just like give you so much early game board control. So, okay, so we have a Blessing of Might, a Hand of Protection, Noble Sacrifice, 1 Swamp Ooze, 5 Argent Protectors, 2 Bloodsail Raiders, Crazed Alchemist, Master Swordsmith's kind of weak, but Wild Pyromancer's fine, Earthen Ring Farseer's pretty good, Raging Worgen's good, Raid Leader's kind of weak, but he was the best of a bad bunch. A Scarlet Crusader, another bubble, Shattered Sun Cleric, 2 True Silver Champions, 2 Consecrates and a Blessing of Kings, Chillwind Yeti, Cult Master, Dark Iron Dwarf, Dragonling Mechanic, Dread Corsair to go along with those 2 True Silver Champions, and Azure Drake and a Boulder Fist Ogre. So the curve, again, it's kind of strange, but it might do very well. Those Argent Protectors, they just, with 5 of them in the deck, basically I'm going to get 1 every 6 cards. So I should pretty much always start the game with an Argent Protector, which means my turn 2 or turn 3, depending, is always going to be very strong, because you play out the Argent Protector, trade off a 2-3 for a 3-2, except that you get to keep yours, which gives you huge board presence. So pretty excited to see how this deck does. And on top of that, the 2 True Silver Champions are very powerful in their own right. And the Consecrates are pretty good. Okay, so we're going second, so we don't necessarily want to take units that need to be on the board for a long period of time. Like the Master Swordsmith's not a very good card going second. You throw him out there, he's got a bigger unit, he kills it, and we get nothing. Consecrate's going to be good to keep, though, because we're probably going to start out behind. Blessing of Might, again, it's a great card for turning the tide, but only if you start the turn with a minion in play, which we won't going second. So we're going to trade off for the Argent Protectors. Excellent. So our move here probably is going to be to coin into the Wild Pyromancer.
I smell blood.
Boo. That kind of is unfortunate. I was hoping he wouldn't have a turn 1 play. Are you going to end your turn, Jam? Or are you thinking? I guess we greet him, don't we? Greetings.
Well met.
Clearly that was the only thing you could do on your turn. Thank you.
I am sorry.
I'll just say
Well played.
that it's okay. That's what I mean. Let's see. So 3 Argent Protectors. I think we'll wait.
Reporting for
This works. So we're going to do a cheeky little thing here and use the coin just as a nuke. Just give ourselves some board control here. Now hopefully what he does with his 3 mana is he throws out like a Raging Worgen or, you know, a 2-drop or something with 3 or less toughness. And then we get to Argent Protector trade.
For the crusade!
Boo! It's like the 1 unit that could survive it. Wait a minute, we might actually be able to sneak this out.
Not on my watch.
So we bubble, right? Trade off the bubbles. How cheeky. Cheeky cheeky. That's a British term, I think. That means something funny. So now he's thinking, okay, that was just crazy, but we're just gonna just back it up with an endless stream of Argent Protectors. That was his whole turn 2 there, too. Wow. Alright, so... Never let a Paladin start the turn with a minion in play. Welcome to my Argent Protectors. What is that, the 4th one I've played? God. That is so fun. I want an endless stream of them. Now you could consecrate here, which would hurt, but we wouldn't lose the 5-1. Sad times. Well, I think we just trade one of them off, really.
This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility.
And do we want the Chillwind Yeti? Let's see. Let's think about what his outs would be in a situation like this. We're looking at 2 minions below 2 health, so he'd benefit greatly from a Consecrate. A Chillwind Yeti would survive a Consecrate. So would a Raging Worgen, though. True Silver Champion.
Let me think.
Chillwind Yeti survives a Crucible. Yeah, I think we'll play the Raging Worgen, actually.
Reporting for duty.
I mean, what's more likely, really? The Consecrate or the True Silver Champion? True Silver Champion only deals with 1 minion. Which would probably be the Raging Worgen, be my guess. He's also at the point where he could Avenging Wrath. Oh, boo! What luck. Sad times for me. That was really lucky for him. Considering all the targets that were available, we didn't even get the Raging Worgen procced. Sad.
My shield for Argus.
Hey, some card draw. Thank you, please.
This is my responsibility.
Yeah, you know, I think we take the card draw where we can get it. You know, I'm fine with trading him off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to protect him from Consecrates and things. He could still play out a True Silver Champion and kill it, but you know, a little bit more card draw would be nice. I think we need to start getting out the big guys too.
Truth is my shield.
Well, we'll take the card. Just to get rid of that shield. Hey, and a Blessing of Kings. How ideal. That, my friends, is why you never want to let a paladin start the turn with a minion in play. Because Blessing of Kings basically just allows you to do all kinds of nastiness. And this guy's nice and survivable. About the only thing he could use. Again, True Silver Champion. To kill it right now. Even a Hammer Wrath wouldn't do it.
Reporting for duty.
Please don't tell me you're going to stop there. What do you have in your hand that's 4 mana? Like, that you can't play with 4 mana? I'd really like to start getting some damage in on him.
Let me think.
So, yeah, I think I'm actually just going to Consecrate. I just want to get some good damage in. Put him in a position where he's actually about to die. Got 13 damage on board, plus the True Silver Champion is 17. That's kind of my thought process there. It was a weak Consecrate, considering it was a 2-drop and a Reinforce. Too little, too late, my friend. So, we won that game because of the absolutely nuts power of the Argent Protectors.
For justice, for justice. Well played.
Thank you. So that's the 5 Argent Protector deck. Oh god, I just love it. Hopefully we can keep on doing that. It's only 2 wins so far, so I shouldn't get too excited.
Valera.
You notice that? Every now and then the audio,
Fight
it's
with
like
honor.
echoes, like it's in the background or something. Alright, going second, again, I do like the Argent Protector. We'll probably coin out the Bloodsail Raider and then Argent Protector into it. I would rather have a 3-2 instead of a 2-3. I think we're going to drop the Blessing of Might. Or we'll keep the 4-drop. It's fine. Of course, now we have two things to use. Ferrari will.
Ready for action.
Okay, yeah, I feel pretty fine with go ahead and getting her out there. I wouldn't mind having the True Silver Champion with her, you know, turn that into a 7-3, but sometimes you just need a 2-drop. And I don't want to use an Argent Protector because they are the broken unit in our deck. That's what's so fun about Arena, is every now and then you get to play these stupendously broken decks. You know, like 5 Flame Strikes or 5 Argent Protectors. 3, what are they called? The one that I built last time. Swords of Justice, you know. I'm actually going to take the point of damage and then put out the shield. Because I don't want to waste a shield for just 1 point. Plus it protects it from things like backstab. Now this is a card that I think a lot of people like to take, but it's really not very good. You know, basically it's a pretty much like a 3-4 for 3, which in theory sounds good, but it's too random, and it's just not very good. Do we really use 2 shields here? I think we just use a shield.
This is my responsibility. Not on my watch.
The thing I always tend to forget is that against rogues, you want to keep your weakest minion in the center, or you know, keep the weakest one in between, because betrayal can turn things around. Okay, well, seems like a pretty straightforward trade for me. Why don't we get a few cards out of the deal?
This is my responsibility. This is my responsibility.
Job's done.
Gotta take the cards when you can. Hey, look, 2 more Argent Protectors. That's what number 3 and 4 have arrived. I'm just waiting on number 5. Okay, here comes the Noble Sacrifice. Keep our guy on the board, which is good. Excellent tempo reversal. Surprisingly, he was willing to give me a card there, and Noble Sacrifice works really well with Cult Master. Now with 5 mana, I think we want to bubble up the Cult Master to keep him safe. Now again, notice we want to have the weakest minion in the center, so we're going to put this guy here.
On my watch.
Yeah, that's fine. I want to have the Cult Master on the end.
This is my responsibility.
Maybe put him all the way over on the end with 2 bubbles, so that if he tries to betrayal here, he's still protected. Yeah, it kind of works. Makes sense. Lots of bubbles in this deck. Lots and lots of bubbles. Very fun. That's pretty much fine. And he's just giving me cards. Very curious that he would do that. Maybe he thinks that if it's frozen, you don't get cards out of it or something. Okay, I think we are going to Dark Iron Dwarf here.
This is my responsibility.
And you know what I'm gonna do? Let's just keep on throwing out bubbles. This is such a stomp. I love the deck. I love it so far. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a 12-win deck? Could we do it? The sheer amount of board presence is just sick. And he's actually pinging it to take off the shield. Oh, okay, I see now. Still, he's giving me more cards. I'm fine with doing this. And... oh, you know what I should have done? I should have checked to see if he's dead. Oh, he is still dead. Good. That was pretty good. Pretty good. And no fault to Ferrari Will. I mean, there's not much he could have really done. This deck is just sick. I do think that Siege Engine is just a poor choice, though. It only works well when you're going first, because it needs to survive a couple rounds, and the problem is that if you're going second, then they're always going to be playing out a bigger minion, which you can just remove it right away. And even then, it's so random, it's like a 50-50 chance. Let's just say that there's one minion that you need it to hit. There's still a 50% chance it hits the enemy hero, versus a 50% chance it hits the one minion on the board. And you're just putting too much at... just too random. Going first against a priest. Scarlet Crusader's a bit of a risky pick, I think, because he could just Shadow Word Paint it. Let's try to draw one of our Argent Protectors, one of our many. Oh, this works too. Going first is not exactly what I'd like to see, but... I like to have minions on the board instead. This works just fine, though. The plan is just to, depending on what he throws out there, probably Argent Protector. Oh, perfect. Thank you for wasting a Swamp Ooze. I have 2 weapons in hand. Again, I would say that that's a mistake to do that. You should not use unless he has just full of Swamp Oozes. I don't think it's a good move. I'm choosing not to hand a protection either minion here, because if he Shadow Word Pains, then we lose that unit. Now thinking about this, we're playing against a priest. Shadow Word Pain is 3 damage, 3 strength minions and lower. Shadow Word Death is 5 strength and above. Chillwind Yeti is just a very strong unit. It survives pretty much everything. It can't be Shadow Madness. I think what we're going to do is go ahead and trade off. Do we really need to, though? No, I don't think we do. I think we just leave that silly unit there and just smack him about a bit. Because what's the worst he can do? Just trade for one of the minions that I would have traded for it anyway. So I just rather get the damage in, I guess. I mean, I guess he could Shadow Madness and use it to kill my Chillwind Yeti, but now we've got our big old Chillwind Yeti here.
For justice.
And this is exactly where we want to be. We have a 4 strength minion on the field, so Priest is having a hard time dealing with it. We also have a weapon, so he's going to be tempted to play Swamp Ooze if he has one, which is easily killed by pretty much anything. Yep, it's fine. So he must have a whole bunch of Swamp Oozes. Nice. It's actually really good for him. Okay, we can't outright kill it, so I think we just play out more minions. Kinda low on cards here, could use that Cult Master right about now. He's been an MVP the last few games as well. Now, if I were him, I would not have healed that up. There's no point. He should have done something else, if possible. He should have healed himself, if anything. Because notice I've got the 3-1 with a shield on it. Obviously, I'm going to take out the 6-3. There's no reason not to. So, clearly we do that. And I think we play out this guy instead of the Argent Protector, because I like playing out the Argent Protector the turn I plan on killing something. Rather than putting a static bubble on something and hoping that he doesn't have a spell or something, like... No. That guy didn't last very long, did he? Okay, so... yeah, we're gonna do that.
Not on my watch.
We're just gonna have to throw it all out there.
Reporting for duty.
We do get pretty thoroughly trashed here by a Holy Nova. But you know, if he has a Holy Nova, then that's what he has. Oh, nice.
I can't do that.
This is my
Reporting
responsibility.
for duty.
Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about that guy. What a pesky little wild pyromancer. I just killed half my board.
My apologies.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
I forgot secrets count as spells. Oh, jeez. Should have got a bunch more damage in. You see, he does have Shadow Word Pains in his hand.
Get down!
Still.
Shield for Argus.
Oh, boo. It's going to make it tough on me, and he's going to take it out of kill range. Shoot. Fortunately, Mr. Cultmaster arrives. So yes, please, we'll take a couple cards.
Well played.
Basically, that Cultmaster was exactly what I needed to potentially get back in the game. Neither of these cards really give me what I want, though. So, unfortunate.
Just me and Mr. Fight.
Reporting for duty.
I'm just thinking, I was considering reversing that guy's health, but... you know, there's still a chance. If he really wants to, even if he heals it, I could kill it with a couple units. Just rather get it off the board. It's too bad. There was a couple other cards we could have drawn that would have made a bigger difference there. Goodness gracious, that is one big guy. I wish I had a silence. So much value out of this guy. Gosh. This War Golem's beating me up. Consecrate might possibly save us.
Well played.
To battle. Reporting for duty.
I guess we just kind of have to get him out there. Just to have another unit. He's down to 7 life. I've used both my swords. No, I'll obviously take out the alchemist and then heal it. Could really go for like a blessing of might here.
Not on my watch.
To battle. To battle. Reporting for duty.
As much as I'd like to try to beat him up, it's not going to work. What we're hoping for here is one of those Blessing of Kings. And to start the turn with enough stuff on the board to actually make good on it. I don't think it can really happen, considering we're only going to get 1 card. Best we could do would be 5 damage.
To battle. Reporting for duty.
That War Golem. That's the weakness to this deck, apparently. I don't have enough silence. Here comes an Argent Protector.
Not on my watch.
See? I knew it! That's great. That is hilarious. Oh shoot, I was hoping he'd get greedy and give me a chance.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, so he'll trade the Core Hound for the Ogre, and then he's still got a commanding board presence. I don't think he's going to lose. I think he's got this game. If I can just start the turn with 1 minion in play. Well, an extra card. And an Argent Protector.
Not on my watch.
Gotta throw a whole lot at that. Practically have to trade off his whole board just to kill it. Temple Enforcer is a very, very good minion.
Reporting for duty.
No thinking required here. Just play them as they come.
Is someone injured?
Oh gosh. As if he needed any more help. More cards!
Reporting for duty.
I'm just gonna play it out, just for the sake of playing it out, but I'm almost positive he wins. If I were him though, I'd probably heal up to about
My shield
7 or 9
target.
health, just because there's no reason to risk it. You know what happens if I draw like a Hammer of Wrath followed by a Hammer of Wrath or something? You know, I could win. So. Okay, well, I appreciate you watching. Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll take a break here and see you soon. See you in a bit.